To use the custom content section of the modern categories, you'll head to the admin Feast plugin and modern categories. If you haven't set anything up, it will be empty, but this is basically the same as the categories page. So what we're going to do is go ahead and add a new one. Once we are in this screen on the sidebar, first step will be to assign one of the categories. So in this case, if we're going to use cakes as an example, we will set the H1 on the page, which will be cakes. This will override what you have set by default. And what you can do with this is essentially add headings and subcategories to this. So in this case, we're going to say gluten-free cakes as an example, and we'll do an FSRI block with the either categories if you have that, or specific post IDs or ingredient, however you want to set this up. This works the same as the homepage or the category index. Sorry, the modern recipe index. So if you have a bunch of cakes, for example, you can create some subheadings. Instead of just listing all 400 cakes, you'll display some gluten-free cakes, maybe sugar-free cakes. Add another FSRI block. You can add a bit of a description, what you specialize in. If everything uses buttercream frosting, then that's something you want to call out specifically up here. So it goes from having a very basic cakes category, which is what you basically see here, to having a more fleshed out. So let me just add a description here. All my recipes use buttercream. Once we hit publish, this will automatically insert before the category. If you do want to see the category, just refresh the page. Give that 1 second. Once the page is refreshed, you'll get this edit category, which will take you to the actual category page, or view category, which will take you to the front end. So clicking edit category, and you also see it down here, edit and view. Edit category will take you to the normal category page. The name, description, all this stuff gets replaced by the modern categories. And clicking on view will take you to the actual cakes page. So you can see here the category page has been updated. We have our cakes, we have gluten-free cakes, we have sugar-free cakes, and the rest of the post. So the custom content will get inserted above the regular category post, and if you display everything up in the custom content, then there's nothing left to display down in the actual category. So keep that in mind when you're creating this. Anything you put into the custom content will not be displayed below it. Now, the other change that we've put out on this is for the Feast plugin. If we go to the Feast plugin, under the categories heading, you'll see that we have a modern categories location. Inline is the default, but we can also place it before. So if we save that, the content will get placed before everything. So this enables a full width layout. So you can use some of the same modern homepage and modern recipe index features on this, and you'll still display your post down here as well as a sidebar. Again, if you have too few posts in this is not the most useful thing to use. This is really meant for larger categories where you can break out the categories. So instead of just displaying 400 cakes, you can display a subsection of gluten-free cakes or sugar-free cakes and add content. You can add a newsletter sign up to here. You can add your about profile if you're not using the sidebar. But for the most part, this is just meant to enhance the category pages and make them more similar to, I guess, a roundup or a full post, a full actual content-rich page, as opposed to a very thin category page.